In the 5th position, we interact with His Excellency Abdi Guyo, leading the Isiolo County government at a rating of 60.9%. And for these ones, the top 5, I'm going to note some of the achievements, which include for him and his county government the development of the Isiolo modern export abattoir, also revitalization and modernization of the Isiolo Central Market, upgrading of the Isiolo International Airstrip, and also improvement of water access and borehole development, which is among the issues you'll note were coming out within the various regions within the northeastern region. Within the 4th position, Her Excellency Gladys Wanga brings in Homa Bay County government with a rating of 61.8%, making Homa Bay County ranked 4th within the governance index. And among her achievements, health transformation within Homa Bay County, educational infrastructural boost. We're also noting blue economy and fishing investments, particularly with noting within the Nyanza region, this was among the key issues, which means there's something being done there that is being realized. The other matter is concerning women and youth economic empowerment, which also is giving particularly for various county governments that have addressed that matter, which is very key with unemployment and underemployment being an issue, and a finding that we found within this report. Within the 3rd position, we have Narok County government coming in under the leadership of His Excellency Patrick Olentutu with a rating of 62.5%. Among the achievements noted, revenue collection surge within the county that would come out from matters of on-source revenue and also addressing matters of corruption and fiscal management. In the second achievement, critical road network expansion within the county, water project expansion, tourism and wildlife management within the county that would come to be among the achievements that were alluded to, and ranking Narok County 3rd within the governance performance index. In the 2nd position, Kirinyaga County government is 2nd within the county governance index. Her Excellency Anne Waiguru leading this particular county, and among the achievements that were noted is a world-class aggregation and industrial park, launching it and ensuring this does move on within the county. The other thing that was noted is universal health coverage, also advancement in digital government through the launch of My County app, also comprehensive tarmacking within Kirinyaga County government. Leading the pack here, we have the Western Region County of Kakamega under the leadership of His Excellency FCPA Fernandes Barasa with a rating of 65%, bringing out Kakamega as being among the top in matters of governance within this index. And among the achievements noted is matters concerning universal health coverage, particularly with the scaling up of the Kakamega Care, industrial park development to create that substantial progress within the county, also modern market construction and agricultural revitalization, particularly with that finding that would be able to guide us and see that there is an issue, particularly in matters of one, cash crop being disregarded within the Western region, and also the collapse, or rather the perceptive collapse of the sugar industry within the Western region. Also, within that range, we find the Kisii County government led by His Excellency Simba Arati, also within the top score with a rating of 65%. And among the achievements noted within Kisii County is an aggregated revenue growth, also an urban infrastructure upgrade within Kisii, and also health investment. Those are among the things that were noted particularly here, and also agricultural empowerment within Kisii County. This would be among the matters that were noted in this particular report that would be able to rank Kisii County up there together with Kakamega County, who are leading the slot in matters of the top best performing county governments, according to this report from us and the findings that we are able to achieve. Among the things we were able to note in this particular study is that service delivery is king, particularly governors who improved in their healthcare, the roads, water, and agricultural sector scored highest particularly. And also, there was something concerning the fiscal prudence and trust, because we noted that governors who digitized revenues and showcased discipline enjoyed an amplified public confidence, a trend supported by improved on-source revenue collected within the counties. Also, strategic vision differentials, particularly leaders who have prioritized industrial parks, digital hubs, demonstrated that long-term planning is recognized and valued by citizens. The other finding that we're able to note was concerning the matters of context, rather. Governors, particularly in ASOL regions, are highly rated for prioritizing one, peace. The other thing is water supply, and particularly pastoralist economies, providing that performance is measured against the regional challenges. This report had three key objectives. One is to provide a nuanced, evidence-based public resource that informs civic discourse and encourages accountability, highlights replicable best practices in county governance, and identifies key issues affecting devolution. The other objective was to move beyond perception by analyzing their performance against objective framework of service delivery, fiscal management, governance, and economic planning. Also, this study aimed to integrate findings with empirical data on county financial health, that is from on-source revenue, and also expenditure and budget absorption, so as to validate and contextualize public opinion and create a link between the two. And I'm going to go to the key county level concerns. These were the concerns that came out from the various regions. And if we are to look within the central region, the top issue is matters concerning land fragmentation and inheritance conflicts. The second issue within the central region is youth, unemployment, and drug abuse. The third issue that is coming out within the central region is the high cost of living within satellite towns. One thing that is cross-cutting across them is the rising cost of living, agricultural land pressure, and rural-urban migration. Within Nairobi, the number one issue is unemployment and underemployment. The second issue within Nairobi is housing and informal settlements. The third issue is traffic congestion and transport. Cross-cutting, we have the issue of high population density, waste management, and crime in informal areas. Heading on to the Rift Valley region, number one issue, ethnic and tribal tensions, and also electoral violence. The second issue within the Rift Valley region is land ownership and historical injustices. The third issue within the Rift Valley region is drought and pastoralist and farmer conflicts. Cross-cutting across that, recurrent drought not being addressed, resource-based conflicts, and large refugee populations. Going to the western region, the one issue that came out was concerning the collapse of the sugar industry and also unemployment. The second issue is cross-border security, particularly with our neighbor, Uganda. The third is poor road infrastructure. Cross-border, we have an issue of decline in cash crops, also border trade disputes, and youth out-migration, which means a large percentage of youth within the Western region are moving out. Within the coast region, the number one issue, tourism decline, this being an area that pivots a lot on the tourism industry. The second issue, seasonal employment. The second issue, land grabbing and historical dispossession. The third issue that came out within the coastal region is drug trafficking and radicalization. Cross-cutting, coastal marginalization, beach erosion, cultural identity tensions would come out there. Moving on to the northeastern region, the number one issue is security, particularly also concerning the issue of the Al-Shabaab threat. The second issue coming from the northeastern region, that is within Garissa, Wajir, Mandera, is drought and humanitarian crisis. The third issue that came out was marginalization and underdevelopment. Cross-cutting, there was an issue of chronic food insecurity, limited infrastructure, and cross-border instability. Coming to the eastern region, that is within Machakos, Kitui, Makwiny, Embu, Meru, and Tharaka Nithi, the first issue was water scarcity and matters concerning drought. The second was a poor road network. The third coming out was a limited industrialization. Cross-cutting, we had issues of arid and semi-arid conditions not being addressed in matters of improving the situation there. Gender disparities in agriculture, low value addition to products, which means more of the products within the area are coming out raw, and there is no that necessary value addition being realized by the constituents within these counties. What were we able to note? One, I'm going to look at a pillar that looks at service delivery excellence. Now, this would make the foundational approval. Now, the pillar carries the highest weight in matters of public perception. Now, governors within the top 20 have a consistent record of visible and high impact projects. Particularly, if we were to dig into the findings, we look at if it is matters healthcare, particularly within Murang'a County, we find that the launch of Kenyatta Care, and also within Mombasa County, the issuance of free maternity services directly addresses maternal health. And this has led to a quantifiable increase in skilled deliveries. Within Kisumu County, we find Professor Peter Nyang'nyong'o, and also within Kirinyaga County, we find Governor Anne Waiguru. Under their leadership, they've been able to pioneer county-led universal health models. And that is something that has put them within the position where they are at. Looking on matters concerning infrastructure development, we find Trans Nzoia County government under the leadership of His Excellency George Mutembei made an ambitious road tarmacking plan that addresses key bottlenecks, particularly for the region that is revered as the food basket of the nation. Within Uasin Gishu County, we note that the county government was able to enhance projects in urban security and commerce, which would bring them to that level. In matters of agriculture and water scarcity, we find that within Embu County, the Embu County government was able to focus on macadamia value addition. Within Kajiado County, we find the drilling of boreholes within the region that is also considered an ASOL area that were able to demonstrate context-specific service delivery that would actually be able to create that impact for the constituents of these particular counties. Looking at the second pillar, that would look at fiscal stewardship, and also this is the engine of trust, which means it's how the resources of these particular counties are being utilized and how also the public is perceiving the utilization. Looking on matters concerning revenue innovation, governors who digitized streams of revenue collection and also report were able to have a sort of high public trust, particularly looking at the Kisii County government and also Trans Nzoia and Kiambu County governments were able to make a hallmark within this, reducing leakages and improving efficiency, and this correlates with a stronger citizen confidence in their governance. Looking also on matters that have been out there concerning pending bills and also budget absorption, we note that counties like Mutembei, Trans Nzoia tend to exhibit a better development budget absorption rate, including the capacity to implement the planned projects and a proactive approach to clearing the verified pending bills, which is a pertinent problem, particularly across the counties. Within the third pillar, that addresses matters of governance and political acumen, we are looking at matters concerning the art of leadership, because we've noted that in their capacities, the governors are not only CEOs, but also political leaders. So we noted that political management, particularly by governors like James Orengo within Siaya County, Fernandes Barasa within Kakamega County, maintain a functional relationship with their assemblies, minimizing the destabilization of impeachments. Also, within that pillar, matters concerning inclusive leadership. We noted that in diverse counties such as Mandera and Isiolo, they gain approval for managing one security and fostering cohesion. Also, within that matter, within that pillar of governance and political acumen, we looked at staff welfare. We noted that addressing long-standing grievances by the staff within the county governments, done particularly within Taita Taveta County, Kajiado County, also improved the public service morale and also the delivery capacity of these county governments. Within the fourth pillar, that looked at the strategic economic development and also the legacy factor. Within like the value chain development, particularly within Kirinyaga County and also within Embu, that was focusing on macadamia being able to be added value, move beyond the production to capture more value locally and also more benefit for the farmers who are growing these crops within this region. The other matter would come out in spatial and economic planning, particularly within Kajiado County, a focus on spatial plans for the rapidly urbanizing county, and also within Kisumu County, the development of the digital innovation hubs positions their counties in line for future growth as we move in a digital environment. Also matters concerning climate resilience, particularly within Turkana County and Samburu County. The integration of climate smart practices into pastoralism was able to ensure an economic sustainability that the electorate were able to relate with. And looking at the various pillars that we were working on in this evaluation, we note that strategic vision within Pillar 4. And Pillar 4 was looking on matters concerning, one, the strategic economic development, relate highly with the well-planned projects within Pillar 1. And Pillar 1 is where we were moving on matters concerning service delivery and excellence. So where the strategy is right, we get that the motion is also something that is perceived in a positive aspect by the electorate. We also noted that efficient revenue collection and prudent spending of these projects was something that also gave them within a virtuous cycle. Inclusive governance also was something that was able to come out, and also successful project rollout and fiscal integrity was among the things that were able to bring them to come out in good light. I'm going to go straight to the recommendations, particularly as Politrak Africa, we've conducted this study. What do we have to recommend from our end? Well, for the county governments, the top 20 and also the other 27 that are not part of this report for not meeting the above average rating, ensure you institutionalize best practices, particularly codify successful digital revenue systems, and generally it's just a motion to employ digital processes in being able to amplify and reduce leakages in matters of on-source revenue collection. The other thing we'd recommend from our end as Politrak Africa is an enhancement in transparency proactively. Now, beyond legal requirements, regular publishing of the on-source revenue collection measures, what they're expending their budgets on, what has been attained, what has not been attained, would work in building that public trust in the various county governments. Also within that aspect, we talk on matters concerning fiscal health, which looks at the matters concerning the pending bills that are an issue that needs to be addressed by the various county governments so as to ensure that trust moves on. Also, we look at matters of the National Treasury and maybe the Council of Governors. What do we recommend they can do? One, facilitate peer learning. There are county governments that are performing rather well. Ensure we have more of a motion between them that is able to benefit themselves, particularly creating platforms for counties with similar economies, particularly maybe their agricultural hubs, SL regions, or metropolitan counties such as Nairobi. Also simplify and harmonize reporting, particularly work towards standardized, simpler reporting templates to make county performance data more accessible to the public.